superpower that once ruled over 1/6 of the Earth. From 1922 to 1991, it stood as a symbol of communism, power, and fear. But in December 1991, it vanished, just like that. So what really led to the fall of the USSR? Was it war, economics, or something deeper? Let's break it down. The Soviet Union, a global superpower that controlled nearly half of the world's political influence for decades. But in December 1991, it vanished, without a single war. So, why did the mighty USSR collapse? This is the story of how one of history's strongest empires crumbled from within. The USSR was born after the Russian Revolution in 1917. For decades, it stood as the face of communism, rivaling the United States in the Cold War. But underneath its powerful image were deep cracks. Economic stagnation, political repression, ethnic tensions across 15 republics. And the people? Many were tired of long lines, censorship, and fear. At its height, the USSR was made up of 15 republics. It looked strong, but beneath the surface, it was unstable. The Soviet economy was centrally planned. That means the government decided what to produce, how much, and for whom. But over time, this system became inefficient. There were constant shortages, poor quality goods, and corruption. Imagine waiting in line for hours just for a loaf of bread. That was daily life for millions. Meanwhile, military spending was skyrocketing, draining resources from the civilian economy. For decades, the Soviet Union was locked in a Cold War with the United States. It poured money into nuclear weapons, space races, and proxy wars. One of the biggest disasters? The Soviet invasion of Afghanistan in 1979. It became the Soviet Vietnam, a brutal, expensive, and unwinnable war. The war cost lives, money, and morale. At the same time, U.S. pressure and diplomacy under Reagan pushed the USSR into a corner. In 1985, Mikhail Gorbachev came to power. He introduced two major reforms: perestroika, economic restructuring, and glasnost, openness. He wanted to modernize the economy and allow free speech, but these reforms backfired. Glasnost led people to openly criticize the government for the first time ever, and perestroika failed to fix the economy. It actually made it worse. Instead of stability, the USSR now had chaos. Then came Mikhail Gorbachev, the last leader of the Soviet Union. He introduced two new policies: perestroika, economic restructuring, glasnost, openness, and freedom of speech. These were meant to fix the system, but instead, they exposed its weaknesses. Citizens started speaking out. Satellite states wanted independence. The economy spiraled even further. To stop the changes, but only made things worse. And on December 25, 1991, Gorbachev resigned. The Soviet flag was lowered. The USSR was no more. In 1991, republic after republic declared independence: Estonia, Latvia, Ukraine, and more. A failed coup by communist hardliners tried. So why did the Soviet Union fall? It wasn't just one reason. It was a storm of economic failure, political mistakes, rising nationalism, and pressure from within and outside. And it reminds us, even the strongest empires can crumble if they forget the people they rule.